Warning, the following content may induce serious FOMO and an uncontrollable urge to travel.
Welcome, guys. This is Caviar and Wings.
Does my butt look good?
Yes, it looks good. We're excited to be here with everyone again today.
Good morning, guys.
Putting on some finishing touches.
Get me right, Gabby.
I'm powder them up.
We have Izzy with us today. Izzy, introduce yourself to the folks.
Introduce myself to the folks. Idonije. It's a pleasure to be here. Congratulations
Thank you.
on just a great show. And travel has been such an important part of my life. I was born in Lagos, Nigeria. I moved to Canada when I was 4 years old. And then at 21, I came to America. And I love traveling with friends, and just to be able to talk a little bit about that and my journey it's going to be exciting. So thanks for having me.
Yay.
Glad to have you.
Look forward to it. We have a travel group, and you are a part of that travel group.
Yeah.
And we've been to some amazing places as a collective that's been a lot of fun. But before we get into that, what city are we covering for you today?
I think we're gonna touch a little bit on my city, Chicago.
Chicago.
Hi, Chi-Town.
It's cold. It's cold there.
It's not that cold.
It's windy.
It's-
I've experienced
No, it's
Is
good.
it?
It's
You've been like what, once?
so no, I've been more than once.
Okay.
I went one time in February, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, cold.
Long story, but there's not enough time. But it was Valentine's Day, and it was brick cold, like fur weather, and the entire weekend everyone's like, "Oh my God, you came on such a good weekend. It's not that bad out," and I'm like, "It's 20 degrees outside. What are you talking about?" And then on the very last day, I realized what they were talking about, because that wind kicked in. And
Next
walking
level.
down like Michigan Avenue with tears coming down my face, fighting the wind, trying to
Probably
get
didn't
down
even
the
have
street.
the right like winter gear.
No, I wasn't cold. It was the wind. It's like it keeps you from moving forward. It's that windy.
I'm not familiar with
No,
that.
you're great.
Well, you're also 6'6",
That's right.
and
Nothing's stopping Izzy.
nothing's stopping Izzy. So you pick Chicago as your city to cover, but we are about travel, and you live in Chicago. Can you at least share a travel story with us before we get into the details of Chicago?
Yeah, of course. So one of my favorite travel stories was we traveled to Nigeria, myself, Adewale, Ogunle, Osi Minora, Amobi Okoye, and that year in particular, we took like 600 pairs of shoes that we raised in Chicago to Nigeria, to orphanages, to like give literally kids their shoes for the first time. It was such an amazing trip. At one of our events, a mother came up and she was holding her daughter, and the young lady had a hole in her heart that was squirting blood into her lungs.
Oh my God.
And
Wow.
and death was inevitable. The lungs would be filled, and her lungs were getting filled, and she was gonna suffocate to death. And there was a organization, the Heart Gift Foundation in Texas, that said if we could fly the young lady from Nigeria to Texas, they would do the surgery to
Wow.
put like a little stent or a little plug to cover to block the blood going to the lungs. So we funded for her mother, her family to go to Texas. They got the surgery and saved this little girl's life, and it was absolutely incredible. When the surgery was done, she was out there for about a month. She came to Chicago. I ran like the full length of Soldier Field with her, right? And before the surgery, she couldn't run. She had to be super docile because the
Right.
harder her heart pumped,
The more blood
the
it
more
would.
exactly. So just to see this little person that was like in a really tough situation have her life turned around. She sends me emails about traveling the world and places she's going and things that she's doing,
That's
and it was really just like an amazing little human being. So when I think of like travel stories, I always think of like that is one of the greatest things I had an opportunity to be a part of out there serving and if we weren't there on that mission in the midst of that trip, who knows what might have happened to her, right? So that's one story that I really hold, near and dear, and something that I was fortunate to be a part of, with Shagun and her family.
Oh,
That's amazing. You've
That's
really
God's
been
work.
a blessing
Yeah.
to a lot of people, Izzy.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah, you've been blessed in a lot of ways, and the way you pay it forward is really amazing.
So speaking of your sus,
Yeah.
do you want to tell us?
Yeah,
Tell us what.
what do I do? Well, what I did, I'm retired now, but I played in the National Football League for 11 years. 10 of those with the Chicago Bears.
Okay,
That's why
nice.
Chicago is so special to me. I was a free agent with the Cleveland Browns. I broke my ankle. After I got cut from Cleveland, Chicago picked me up, and it was just a really transformative experience to be in such a great city, arriving as a young man and being able to develop into an adult, and my entrepreneurial development was because of Chicago, and my philanthropic development was because of Chicago and the community that I was a part of. So that's why Chicago is so near and dear to me, and obviously, I love the Bears. Shout out to a hell of a
Bears.
draft
Go
this year.
Bears.
Hell of a draft this year, getting the first round pick.
Nice.
But that aspect of sports was never something I really envisioned doing as a child, right? I love basketball, that was my main sport, and football found me along the journey and took me to one of the greatest cities in the world.
Where did you play in college?
I played University of Manitoba, Canada, and it's funny because as I look back, I wanted to be a basketball player. That was like my dream as a child, and I was running after school programs at the YMCA. I was a part of a program called Youth Leaders. My boss at that program came to my high school my grade 12 year and said, "Hey, I want you to come play football." I was like, "Ugh, I don't like football, it's not for me." And he convinced me, "Hey, worst case scenario, you'll be in great shape for when basketball starts if you just come play this one season of football." So I went and played, and after that season, he got me an opportunity to try out for the provincial team, which is like the state team. And at that practice was the head coach of the University of Manitoba. One practice, he said, "Hey, young man, we want you to play at our university," and I went and played at the University of Manitoba. My first 2 years, I didn't even play. I redshirted. My third year, the guy who started in front of me was academically ineligible, so by default, I got the starting job.
Wow.
And that third year, I led the team in sacks, I led the league in sacks, and just had a great season. And the following year, a scout from the Cleveland Browns was looking at another player and said, "Hey, what do you think? Is there anybody else?" And my coach said, "Yeah, we got this one kid, me." And I signed with the Cleveland Browns as a free agent, and my life literally transformed overnight.
That's amazing.
That's insane. So you were redshirted 2 years, played what? 2 years,
Yeah.
and then the next thing you know,
In the league, yeah.
you're in the league.
Yeah. So it was a blessing.
Meant to
really. It was meant to
That's
be.
God's
yeah.
work.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
That is
pretty
God's
insane. I
work.
don't know too many people
That
that can
is-
share a story like that.
That is God's work for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you remember how we met?
I have no idea. But you know what's so special about that? When you have these deep-rooted relationships and people that are just really special to you, you forget sometimes the history behind it.
Yeah, because it's been so long.
It's been so long.
I mentioned to Izzy, like, "Oh, I'm going to bring up how we first met." And he was like, "Yeah, was it this trip?" I was like, no.
That was like 8 trips before that.
No, that wasn't the first time
How
we
did
met.
we meet? I don't remember.
We met at a wedding.
Oh, the wedding.
We were both in the wedding. How
We
do
were
you
in the
not
wedding.
remember that?
That is how we met. We met at the Idonije wedding.
Yes.
I was there, but I don't think we met.
No.
I dipped
We didn't
out.
meet.
It was such a good. Yeah, you did. Well, that's a whole nother story.
I dipped out at a point.
Yes. But we were both in the wedding. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you not remember that? That's how we met.
That is how we met. We were both walking in the wedding.
Yes.
For our friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that was 10 years ago.
Whoa.
So I think the first time we actually met was the trip to Lake Tahoe.
So.
Right?
You met her
Well,
on a
me
trip.
and
Yeah,
Izzy.
yeah,
yeah.
Izzy and I.
Yeah.
And we've done several trips.
Good grammar. Yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to remember them all. It was Tahoe,
Tahoe. We did St. Martin.
St. Martin.
Um,
Were you on the Barbados trip?
I think I did Barbados.
Yeah. We went for Carnival.
Yes.
Yes.
Carnival.
You guys look
Jamaica.
pretty cute there in the feathers.
Oh, thank you.
Where did we do the jumping off the cliff?
Jamaica.
Yeah.
That was Jamaica.
Yeah.
We did. Were you on the Spain trip?
No. I didn't do Spain.
You didn't do the Spain trip. The Spain trip was good.
It was amazing. I've
Yeah,
been
it
to
was
Spain.
good. I missed the Lisbon trip. You went on the Lisbon trip?
Went to Lisbon, amazing. Turks and Caicos we went to.
I
You
missed the
missed
Turks
that one.
I missed the Turks and Caicos
Yeah.
trip. It's amazing having a group of friends that you really get to travel with. And our group is kind of deep. It's about 15 of us, and not everybody makes every trip. You know, some people rotate in and out. But overall, it's usually a really good
It's amazing.
turnout.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
Good food. We play charades. What else
Do
did
you
we
remember we cooked for y'all in Lake Tahoe?
Yeah.
I'm like,
It was a whole menu
Y'all cooked,
every
y'all
day.
cooked.
I do not like to participate in like
What you mean?
stuff like
Honestly.
that. Like I like to chill, and I'm like, damn, now I'm in here cooking salmon. I made my famous.
You did a
East-
good job. Yeah.
I made my East Baltimore salmon.
So we took a
It was
trip
amazing.
to
It was
we,
good, right?
we
It was
took a
amazing.
trip to Tahoe where we were in an Airbnb, and there was literally a guideline developed.
Yes.
As far as
Every night somebody had to, well, a set of people had to cook.
Cook dinner.
yes, every night a set of people. Did the men ever cook?
No, it was no. The men didn't
Wow.
cook.
But we provided. We went and hunted
provided.
and
You
caught the dinner. I'm
provided.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Wow. So you guys were the hunters. You went and gathered in those Tahoe mountains.
I don't remember what we did, but we did something.
Yeah. Okay.
Organize the game.
That's
properly.
right.
Right. Okay, you did something. I think that was the first and last time we did one of those group trips where we actually cooked. Every other time.
Remember when you lost the bet?
This is. We're supposed to be talking about
Chicago, right? I'm like, wait a minute, what are we here talking about?
All right.
Chicago.
playing dominoes, and I lost.
Yeah.
Would you have-
Dominoes
I
gets
was
very
livid.
Dominoes gets very intense.
It gets very intense. And with this
Every,
group
every
of
game,
friends,
every game
Oh,
gets
every
intense.
game gets intense,
I
yeah,
mean,
you're
that's
right.
why I'm like,
with
I
this
don't
group of
play.
friends, spades,
y'all be cussing
dominoes,
each other out over spades.
Yeah, I don't play either of those.
it turns into an
It's
argument.
intense.
Bets are happening. I lost. I had to run through.
She had the streak.
yeah,
She
in the
had
snow,
streak.
like outside.
She did.
And you did it?
I mean, she did
I
it.
did-
Yeah.
I did. I
Yeah, that's it.
mean-
Well, if you make a bet, you know, you gotta honor it. And Sahar, you know, mad respect. She honored the
I missed
bet.
that. I missed that.
There,
You missed that.
there's photos.
Where were you?
Oh my
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
photos. They haven't been
it
made
is-
public.
It is
but
alive somewhere. Yeah.
It's alive
exactly.
somewhere.
Yeah.
That's fine.
You know, it was okay. It was cold outside.
You honored it. That's
Yeah.
all
I
that
did.
matters.
So
it.
you do a lot of great work in Chicago.
Thank you.
It's so amazing. Every time I speak with you, it's something new, a new restaurant, a new organization that's just giving back to the community, all those things. Tell us more, because there's definitely one thing that's on the top of my list the next time I do come to Chicago, and that is your sports bar.
My sports bar, yeah, signature.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think, you know, stepping back first with like the philanthropic side and what we do in the community, you know, I've always felt that was really important because growing up, I didn't realize till later that we had a family donate to myself and my siblings so we could be a part of that YMCA program. And I could like, at first I was like a junior counselor and I ended up being a leader in that program and a teacher in that program and running that program. But getting into that Y program, somebody donated our memberships for my siblings and I, and really changed our lives, right? Through that program, I learned about self-management, effective communication, responsible decision-making, and just all these, you know, skills that make someone emotionally, you know, developed and like a whole as a person, where I learned through youth leaders, right?
Right.
And, you know, getting to the NFL, getting to a place where I have probably one of the greatest platforms in the world to share a message, to transform lives. When something's going on, people listen. You know, I thought it was important to use that stage, use that platform for as long as I could have it to hopefully do for a young man or woman in Chicago what was done for me, right? So we started Impact Fund. It's our charity. We take about 100 kids every year that are registered homeless in the city. We go shopping. Each kid gets $100 to buy themselves something special from the holidays. And we bring out, this last year we had 75 police officers. You know, there's always a little, in some communities, there's a little bit of friction between officers in the community, right? So Shop with a Cop, that program is about bringing these kids together, letting them know that they're loved throughout the year, that they're not alone, that people do care about them, they need to stay on the right track, keep working hard, and then also relationship building with the community and the officers. It's an amazing event we do every year. And then we opened up a a space in Chicago. We have like 60,000 square feet that houses Chicago's top impact leaders, philanthropic leaders. It's called Impact House, and folks that are solving a wide list of different impact issues in the city. And the vision behind Impact House was to bring everybody together, right? Doing work on your own, great, but if we can come together and have a collective narrative and a collective vision for how we're going to solve Chicago's impact issues and strengthen the weak links within the city, you know, we can do so much more together. So that was the vision of Impact House. So, and I'm just so proud to be a small part of that.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
It's really good
Thank
work.
you.
It's really good work.
Outside of that, you know, it's the fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Tell us about the bar.
things like
Yeah.
things
I wanna hear
like
about the bar.
signature.
You know Kelly wants to hear about it. I wanna
Things
hear
like
about the bar.
signature. It's been a lot of fun. We're going into our 4th month. You know, throughout my career, you know, eating out is such an important part of our careers.
Where's Signature located?
Signature is in the South Loop,
Okay.
and it's about 10 minutes from Soldier Field, where the Chicago Bears play. Yeah, so Signature is downtown. It's like an elevated sports bar.
So that sounds
we
like
like-
good food.
we like elevated.
We like elevated.
Yes.
We do like elevated.
Yeah,
Sounds like y'all have wings.
we do have wings. We do have wings, but
That's Janine, folks. So Janine is on.
Janine is here with us.
Yes, Janine is here with us today. What kind of wings do you guys
well,
have?
our wings have been a little controversial.
Really? Why?
Really?
Well, because me personally, I like smaller wings. You know, and in America, a lot of wings are like jumbo. They're these massive, potentially like they look steroid fed.
Yes.
I don't eat those wings. I
Not
like
a hormone.
I like a littler wing.
They're like a real,
Yeah.
this is a real wing.
Yeah. So my chef, our team ordered
Little
wings that they like.
Big wings.
The
big
big
wings. And I was like, I can't eat these wings. Right? Just can't do it.
And normal size meat is not okay. Like it should not be like that.
Right, exactly. So we had them go to a smaller speck of wing, and the people started complaining. These are like, what are these pigeon wings? These are so small.
But do you think they complained because they were used to getting the bigger wings and they felt like, oh, you guys are getting like.
I think people just generally in America like jumbo wings. They like big wings. I feel like.
So did you increase the wing size
No,
back
we
to
didn't.
what it was?
We on the wings now it says petite wings.
Petite wings.
So
Petite
rather than
wing.
changing the
Oh,
wing,
yes.
it just changes your expectation
Okay.
of what. So you know it's a smaller wing, and you actually get the same amount of wing. But you instead of getting like 6 big ones, you're getting like, 12 smaller ones,
Gotcha.
right? So, but it was a major issue. I had like guests
Really?
constantly like,
Were
we
they
love the
leaving?
wings, but they're too small. you know?
Really?
So I'd love your feedback when you guys come down. When are you coming down to Chicago?
Oh,
I'm ready.
soon.
That's a short flight for me.
Well, when is a good time to come to Chicago? Let's ask that question because there's so
We should
many
come in the summertime,
things.
right?
Summer, yeah.
There's a couple things that go on. One year, we did do one of the group trips was Chicago. It
Yeah.
doesn't count for you because you weren't traveling
Yeah.
in, but it was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, it was Memorial Day. Y'all came down. It was an amazing trip.
We got on the water.
We went on a boat.
Where'd you stay?
Oh man, see, I knew you were going to bring this up because I definitely had my remarks towards where we stayed. Again, it was a group trip. We stayed at an Airbnb.
Problem number one, they come to Chicago and they didn't ask me where they should stay.
Why didn't you consult?
Where-
me?
they
No,
need to
we
be.
did. We did because I recall you even saying you had a discount on a hotel, and I called one of our other friends, Kelly, another Kelly,
The other
was-
Kelly.
the other Kelly, and said, "Oh, like why don't we stay here? These rooms are nice. There's a discount." And it's this notion of, are we gonna stay with our friends, and keep the group together, or do we go off and do our own thing and then just meet them wherever they're at? And her argument was like, it just changes the entire dynamic of the trip. But the Airbnb is not an Airbnb I would have selected.
Right.
Yeah.
What was wrong?
It
Just
you
wasn't at
know,
the standard.
It wasn't elevated.
Mm.
I'll leave it there.
Okay.
It wasn't elevated. It wasn't elevated. But at the same time, there was a bunch of different folks on the trip, and sometimes you want to be mindful of stuff people have going on and different budgets, and you want to make sure it's inclusive. So not every trip is always as you would want it to be.
Yeah.
And we took one for the team. I don't know. Would you take one for the team, or would you be like, no?
Me personally, probably not.
You're not a
And
team player.
depends
Izzy?
on the.
Right,
I am
team
a team
player.
player.
Izzy doesn't want to be
Generally,
on
I
the
am a
team.
team player, but also depends on
He's like, I'm not staying. Like that's not gonna happen.
Well, yeah, it's like if it's about like you're having a birthday party and you want everybody to be together and it's like really important to you, I'm like, all right, wherever you selected, I'll stay there because it's not about me, it's about you.
Right.
But if it's about me and the experience that I want, and it's like really important to me to experience this trip in the way that I'd want, I'd say, hey, I'm gonna stay here and I'll meet y'all wherever we're going, or everybody come to my hotel or come to my place, or I'll go to theirs for whatever's going on, right? But
So Izzy is not a team player.
I'm situational when it comes to team playing.
Situational. But we came from Memorial Day weekend. We took the boat out.
Yeah.
It was really, really nice.
Amazing.
That was a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
They dyed that like
the
different
river.
colors.
They dye the river green for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, I've seen
That
that.
can't
Yeah.
be
And don't
healthy.
they? Isn't there something where they dump a bunch of ducks in?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't even know
I've
what
seen
that
that,
is.
though.
Yeah,
Just, like,
they put
dump
a
a ton
ton
of
of
ducks.
little yellow ducks.
Is
the
there
rubber
a duck
ducks.
day? Is
I
duck
don't
day
know.
a thing?
Yeah, I forget why they do that.
I did something really stupid when I came to Chicago. Well, not stupid.
How many times have you been to Chicago?
Once.
Once? Yeah.
But I had an amazing time. But I did something
Where did you
really.
stay?
I don't remember. It was
Yeah,
a really
a long
time ago.
okay.
But I came for like just an overnight,
Yeah.
and we did the speedboat tour.
Oh my gosh.
Like the touristy
Yeah,
speedboat
well,
tour thing. I know.
it's soaked.
Like what is that? There's like a pier somewhere.
Yeah, Navy Pier.
Yes.
It's one of the like top things to do in the country.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's
Top
probably
things
why.
to do in the country?
Yeah, Navy Pier is like one of the top tourist destinations. I think it's number 9.
In the whole
North
country?
America. North America, yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, Navy Pier has the world's Guinness largest rooftop in the world.
Oh.
Yeah,
Learn
facts.
something new every day.
Yeah.
This river being green concerns me.
It's
Why?
environmentally safe.
Yeah,
Is it?
they
Yeah.
they of course it's such a to dye the whole river green. Whatever they're putting in there that's green is safe for the environment. It's safe for the fish and the
Says
animals.
who though?
I mean, the
They.
government,
They.
the city, and
Okay.
Chicago's very, as far as the environment and the parks and all of that, they're very like that's like-
Socially conscious.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they don't play around when it comes to that.
How do they get rid of the color then?
It just dissipates. The lake is massive. It's like massive. It gets absorbed.
Got it.
You know.
So, you asked when are we coming to Chicago?
Yes.
Invite us, host us.
I mean,
Host us.
yeah. Okay.
Roll
this
out our
summer.
carpet.
Okay,
This
so
summer.
let's run
Done.
it down. Let's
Done.
run it down. When's the best time to come to Chicago? Because I know they do a lot of different events and activities. And
There's Taste of Chicago, right? That's
Taste of
really
the
popular.
Chicago. Yeah.
do people still go to the Taste of Chicago? Is it like
Yeah.
a little touristy?
It's super touristy, but if you've never been, it's a great experience for one day. You could do things like the architectural tour. You can,
That sounds
go
boring.
to like some people love architecture, right?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes, especially architecture today, it's nothing like it's like
Yeah.
how things were built back in the day were just phenomenal, right? So
Right.
that's like on a lot of lists the number one thing to do, architectural tour.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do like museums, there's parks, there's the Bean.
Where would you suggest someone stay if they were coming for the first time?
Yeah.
And-
Stay.
Stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a hotel.
Hotel. So
Not
on-
the Airbnb.
on the wings.
Not the Airbnb,
Airbnb
we
side.
stayed at last time, but yes.
If we're going on the wings side, I'd say there's a ton of Chicago's hotel, like there's so many options. If you want to stay like right downtown, there's at Navy Pier, there's a new hotel called Sable Hotel, which I'm an investor in. Again,
Oh,
very
nice.
very very
I'm
affordable.
telling you, he is
Got your hands in everything.
A little
hands
bit
in
of
everything. Hands in everything.
Diversifying the portfolio
I'm still working
is
on it.
important.
What about the Caviar
Wings.
Hotel?
Wings Hotel, there's plenty of options where you could get downtown.
Wait, Sable, you mentioned
Yeah, Sable, yeah.
Oh, that you're an
Like $200 a
investor?
night, very affordable. There's more options if you're in that, 150 range. There's a ton of options. If you want to go to the Caviar side for your stay, the new St. Regis, beautiful hotel. Also has
You've
my
been on?
favorite 2 restaurants in the city.
What are your 2 favorite restaurants?
Well, we're gonna get there.
Okay,
Let's
sorry.
go
I know, I
hotels
get so
first.
excited when we start talking about
Take your
food.
time.
The Langham, gorgeous hotel.
Okay, I like
downtown.
Langham.
Probably one of the best spas in the city you've ever been
Yeah?
in. Gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. If spas are something that you're into, I'm not
I
necessarily.
like like spas.
I
But
love
that's a great
spas. I
spot.
love the spas.
Why aren't you into spas?
Just to sit around and have someone like rub my face and my body. I'm not into
No,
it.
you're not into.
Not into
No.
that. No.
So you wouldn't go to the Selfish Spa when you go to
Yeah,
Baltimore?
because it's
We would love
Kelly's.
to rub on your face and body.
Yeah,
Not
because
me.
it's my friends. Because it's my friends.
Friends, you would allow them to
Yeah.
rub on your
I would
face and your
support.
body.
One of our lovely estheticians at Selfish
I
will
would
rub you down.
support.
We'll rub you down.
Yeah.
They
So
have-
what is
they
it?
have
It's
beer-
like
they have
mani pedis, or what is it?
Mani pedis,
Yeah.
yes.
What else?
beer treatments.
We do
Beard
beard
treatment. I just
conditioning.
shaved my beard,
Beard.
but
Yeah.
you could get my goatee, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
got you. Lash extensions.
Don't need that.
We have, we do facials.
Yeah.
We do facials. And then we have one hair suite.
Okay.
And then we have a lounge in the middle that is rentable.
So I would support. I'd rent a lounge, maybe do something
Oh,
there.
okay, but no,
Yeah.
okay, got you. We appreciate
Yeah, I would get
And
my.
the beard,
I
and
need
pedicure.
I need pedicure for sure.
Pedicures and manicures are important for men.
Not manicure, but pedicures I need.
Kelly, you forgot one important service.
Oh, what?
We do full body waxing.
Oh, full body wax.
Full body waxing, man.
Yeah, we can wax your back, you know what I mean?
Balls.
Whatever.
Wax your balls.
Some-
You're not over
some
there.
men
You're not
do
over there
wax
waxing
their
balls. You are not over there waxing balls.
We do wax balls. No, we do wax balls.
Oh my god.
Wait, how much?
That's funny.
How much does it cost to wax balls?
Kelly's the numbers girl. Kelly, how much do we charge for that ball?
We're going to put it up on the screen.
You don't know how much
That's
you
funny.
charge
I
to wax
don't know.
balls?
It's not. It's
$50.
Wait, are they actually waxing?
Yes, we wax balls.
yeah. Well, they charge per pound or per size.
How many pounds are people's balls?
Per ounce.
Oh, manscaping.
Manscaping. That is a thing.
It is a thing.
Manscaping is important. You know, but you got to do it yourself.
Shaving creates other issues.
Oh, does it?
Some
Like
men
what?
are really out here
Millennial
waxing their
men
balls.
wax.
Ugh,
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
never.
Moving on. All right.
Gotta take it back to Chicago.
We gotta take it back to let's take it back to Chicago.
Yeah,
we got a little sidetrack. We got a little sidetrack. So taking it back to Chicago, you said the St. Regis,
Yeah, St. Regis is like, when you think of stays, Caviar, it's amazing.
Langham.
Amazing. There's another hotel, the Waldorf.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great stay. And where else would I say is a premium experience? Not open yet, but fourth quarter 2025, I'll be opening my first hotel.
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna
You
be
didn't
called the
call me to
Hudson.
invest.
I know.
The Hudson.
Feeling a little bit of a way.
I've never done a hotel before,
Okay.
so I'm not certain, and I would never have my friends invest in something that I was not for sure that you were gonna get a bag in. You know,
Oh, that's
so
good to know.
That's good to
yeah,
know.
it's a challenging project. Development is not easy, so
It's
but
not.
2025. So
Yeah,
we'll add
it's-
that to the list.
We'll add it. We'll add it to
Yeah.
the list. Okay. Which one of those hotels is in your favorite location?
I mean, they are all downtown.
They're all
They're
downtown.
literally all 5 minutes from each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and they're all like accessible to the shopping. So if I walk downstairs and want to hit, is Michigan Avenue still
yeah,
like
the Magnificent Mile.
premium
Yeah, Magnificent Mile.
shopping, or have they done other projects
Yeah,
that
you'll go down Michigan Avenue, and then there's like a little side street called Oak Street.
Oak Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like where all of that whole area is where all of your Birkins and your fancy bags are, right? So if that's kind of the experience you're looking for, there's a ton of that. And then if you just on Michigan, there's also Macy's, Nordstrom's, like there's just amazing shopping experiences for folks who are more in the wings experience of travel. You know.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So we talked about what time of year to come. We talked about the hotels. We talked about a little bit of shopping. So, we like to eat.
We love to eat.
We love to eat. Where do we go eat?
I mean,
Besides Signature.
you got to come to Signature.
Signature
Besides
first.
Signature.
Yeah, at Signature, we're pushing to have or be on like at least the top 10 burgers in Chicago list.
Nice.
We have an amazing burger. It's been fantastic.
What makes the burger special?
It is. It's like a smash burger,
Love a smash
but
burger.
it's like super rich, crispy pickles. Has a little bit of an umami flavor, which is like just a really kind of savory flavor it adds to it. It's just a delicious burger. It's well done.
I'm excited to try
Yeah.
that when we come.
Yeah.
So Taste of Chicago, when they do the Taste of Miami or
Yeah.
whatever the equivalent of it is called here, they have a burger bash. Does the Taste of Chicago have a burger bash? Because if it does, that would be a great way to submit your burger into.
They don't have a burger bash at Taste, but they have like every restaurant group will be represented in some capacity. But there is like Burger Fest. There's like a hot dog fest. There's all types of like.
Oh, so the Burger Fest
street
is probably
festivals,
the
yeah,
Burger
exactly.
Fest is
It's
probably
like,
the
yeah.
equivalent of.
Just
I gotta come for the hot dog.
all types of festivals and like
dogs.
street
I
fairs.
love hot dogs.
Do you? Well, have you had a Chicago dog?
No.
Well, that's a
I had
serious
I
thing.
did,
So
when
bad
I
for
came
you.
though, I had the. I love a hot. I know they said like every time you eat a hot dog, it takes like a week off of your life or something.
No.
Something.
Yeah.
That's what the kids told us. Our kids said every hot dog you eat, that's one day of your life. Like,
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, they told
Yeah,
us.
it is not real meat.
I could spare a day.
I love a hot
But
dog.
it's delicious.
I did when I came to Chicago, I did the deep dish,
yeah.
pizza. Do you like the deep dish pizza?
Yeah, so when it comes to food, yes, you got to try deep dish Chicago style pizza. You got to try the Chicago dog. I think those are like the two things that you got to try. As far as deep dish, there's Geno's, Illuminati's, Pequod's. My opinion, Pequod's is the best deep dish pizza in
Hands
Chicago.
down.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
And the other two are phenomenal. They're great as well. But my favorite is Pequod's. And then
Pequod's.
Chicago dog, you got to go to Portillo's. And that is like Chicago dog. It's like a hot dog, no ketchup, onions, like a pickle wedge, and relish. You know, but you got to try it. It's one of those things.
I
you
usually
know.
just have mustard and onions, but I'll have
Mustard
to.
and onions.
I like
yeah.
everything
raw
on
onions.
my hot dog.
Yeah. So
Like
those,
everything.
those are the two must-try things. When you go to the wing side, again, there's a ton of great places to eat. There's a Japanese restaurant called Niu that I love. My favorite calamari spot.
What is it? It's called
Niu, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. N-I-U.
Okay.
And what else? I love, again, pizza, pizzeria, Uno, Geno's, Illuminati's, Pequod's. Those are all kind of on the wing sides, like great places. Au Cheval, which has Chicago's best burger ranking.
Right
they're
now?
they're either 1, 2, or 3. Au Cheval, Loyalist, also a 1, 2, or 3 on the burger list.
Are they smash burgers or are they just regular like thick patty burgers?
Au Cheval's a regular burger. Loyalist is a regular burgers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're both regular burgers.
And they're, I mean, amazing,
So
amazing.
I love a smash burger.
Yeah, they're great. They're delicious.
I'm gonna veer towards the smash burger at Signature.
So when you guys come, we'll go to like some of those places I mentioned, but we're also gonna go to some of the caviar spots.
Oh,
Okay, what are those?
Miru. Right now, it's my favorite restaurant in the city. It's like Japanese. It's the best food you've ever eaten. It's
Really?
amazing, amazing. It's
What's your
in,
Hands
favorite
down.
dish there?
oh my gosh, hands down. What's my favorite dish?
Yeah.
They have a pork belly rabata,
Ooh, I
the
love
skewed pork belly.
I love pork
I
belly.
mean, melts in your mouth. It's fantastic. They have a otoro, which is like a fatty tuna belly, like sashimi. Silly. Just absolutely delicious. Really, their execution
Yeah.
of the food is amazing. In that same hotel, it's in the St. Regis. They opened up last week Tradita, which is an Italian restaurant. Silly. Everything
Really?
is handmade. All the pastas. Like there's
love
a
Italian
space where
food.
they're making everything fresh, where you can go watch them making the pastas. It's just
If I could only eat one food, one cuisine for the rest of my life, it would be Italian.
Italian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God,
been to
so
Italy?
good. Yes.
Oh,
of
nice.
course.
Yeah.
What?
I haven't been to Italy yet.
you haven't been
What?
to Italy
No,
yet?
I haven't. But literally everybody's going to Italy over like last.
How is that possible?
No, that doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, I haven't made it there yet, but I will.
You will. You should.
I heard it's amazing, and the food, the pasta is just
The
a little
pasta's
different.
It's
amazing.
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 It's phenomenal. Experience the food, the people, everything. We talk about Italy on the show a ton. We really like it there.
Also on the caviar list, Maple and Ash. You've
Oh,
been
we
there.
went
You
there.
went there,
We
yeah.
went there
So
for
yeah,
dinner.
I took you
It's
there for
nice
dinner.
in there. It's beautiful.
When we were all, our whole group went there.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
What kind of food is that?
It's a steakhouse,
Okay.
but all the steak is done over like coals, fire, maple wood, and ash. So maple and ash. It is phenomenal.
Sounds amazing.
The
It's
best
really
dish
good.
there. It's a seafood tower, but all roasted seafood. I mean, fantastic.
Fantastic.
Out of this.
It was really good. We enjoyed it a lot. I would definitely go back for sure.
Yeah. And then I have an Italian restaurant that I'm a part of called Idonije.
It's
A
you're a
restaurant?
part of.
Yeah, I'm an investor in Idonije.
Of course he is.
Yeah. So we got to show Idonije some love.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, and if you love Italian,
Yeah.
Yeah, so
You
this
gotta
makes
come
me
check
want to
us
go
out.
to like Chicago like now.
I know.
So we are, yeah, you got to do a quick 2-3 day trip to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be an extension of this, where you
Right.
get to experience all these things like firsthand, real
You'll
time.
be our tour guide?
I will be. I mean, you might not want to leave.
Wow, those are some big words.
You might not want to leave.
You might adapt to the wind. It'll be okay.
It's not that bad.
It was you couldn't even open. The wind was so bad. You couldn't even open the doors
doors,
to the
yeah.
stores. It's like Mother Nature is keeping me from shopping right now. This is
The good news is, like this winter, it snowed twice only, and it lasted only for a day. We had no snow in Chicago this winter.
global warming.
Yeah,
I know. We don't get much
Right.
snow in Baltimore.
yeah, it's
either.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
No snow. It was like
And we used to get a lot.
right. So, winter cold days in Chicago, I think, are a thing of the past.
It would be so cool if we went to Chicago and captured our experience and sliced it into this episode. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, bring
Maybe.
the whole crew. Let's do it. Easy.
You guys want to go to Chicago?
Joel's-
Joel's like, you
Let's
guys
go.
are working me to death.
You're having the time of your life.
We're not going to
He's gonna have
Chicago.
enough of us by the time we.
Yeah, it's like, no, we're not going there. Good luck. Have fun. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Izzy.
I know. Thank you so much. What's next for you? Where are you going next? Let's start with that. What's your next trip?
My next trip, Brazil.
Are you going?
Yeah, NFL plays in Brazil
Oh
this
my
year.
God, we're
Are you
going
all
to
going
that.
Brazil for that?
She thinks I'm going. She's going.
Yeah. The
I'm
NFL
going.
plays in Brazil this year, so I'll go down. We're gonna go down to that. It's gonna
So we
be,
gotta hang out if I make it.
If
there.
y'all make it down,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
So
gonna
I
be
was gonna
epic.
go down. I have some potential activations down there
Yeah.
surrounding that, but nonetheless, potentially we'll be down there
Yeah,
for that.
it's
So
gonna be
that'll
amazing.
be a lot of fun.
Can I point out that I wasn't invited?
Do you want to come? Stop! Don't do that.
No, not now that I wasn't invited.
I didn't.
About it.
This
You're gonna
is.
call us out on camera?
Oh my gosh! I still haven't even booked my
You're
ticket.
invited now.
Now you're invited.
Now you're
Lauren,
invited. You should. It's gonna be a really
Ashley,
good time.
Lauren.
Everybody,
Come
everyone's
on, come
invited.
on.
Joel, you guys are invited. See, he rolls his eyes again. He's like, I'm not going anywhere with you guys. But yeah, so come. It'll be fun. You know what we were thinking of doing is go, because the game is in Sao Paulo, and then heading over to Rio after for a couple days since we're all the way out there, and then coming back
Come back.
home. Yeah. What was your itinerary for that?
I'm just gonna go in, I think 2-3 days in advance, and then after the game, back to the show.
Do you have work to do there, or are you just going for fun?
Just going for fun.
Okay, I love that.
I mean,
Oh, we're gonna
a lot
turn
of
up.
my friends will be like covering the game stuff, but me personally, I'm just
Yeah.
out to just experience it.
It's gonna be so much
Yeah,
fun.
it'll be a blast. It's
It's gonna
really
be
a
fun.
blast.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
turn up.
And they also
Alright.
play in London this year.
Oh,
So
we
we
just did
went.
that.
Yeah, we went
And
last
Janine-
year.
for
to
Janine's
a-
birthday combo.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
nice.
Janine's
My
birthday.
trip.
Love London. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It was my first time there.
Oh,
It was
was it?
amazing, yeah.
Right?
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having me.
you.
Appreciate it. Congratulations.
All the support. Thank you
Yeah,
so
Of
much.
course.
And-
Chicago 2024.
Oh, well, yes. Chicago. We're
You're
coming.
gonna do Chicago 2024.
We are.
We're gonna come.
We're gonna come. We're gonna make
and then
it
we're
happen.
gonna come when the hotel opens.
Okay.
We're gonna
Yes.
come back.
Okay. So 2 trips.
Yeah.
2 trips.
That's a commitment.
That's a big commitment. We got it though.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
so.
we stay fly and we carry on.
All right.
Bye guys.
Bye.